Okay, this video might be longer than I thought it was gonna be. So hoping this does not fall. You're on like 15 books right now. And honestly, it's kind of leaning. So let's make this quick. Let me back up.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to my channel. He brought the ball. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Christina. If you are not new here, I love you. I love you. So I'm in a new space. This is going to be my new office area slash library. I didn't even say what this was. Obviously you know from the title of this video, but I'm gonna be showing you my physical TBR because I actually have them all here. I still have to go through them. There's actually not that many. I'll show you. But this is what we're working with. These are all my books. I have more on the way, but that's gonna be a separate book haul. Please don't fall, not now. Oh, I wanted to show you my new bookshelves. My new bookshelves. Oh, can you even see them all? There we go, bookshelves. I will be doing a separate video that I'm filming next of trying to organize, because I've never organized books before. I kind of just threw them on the shelf and was like, that seems good. I'm gonna go organize everything real quick and I'll be right back. Want to say hello? Say hello to the viewers. Okay. Okay, this video might be longer than I thought it was gonna be. Alright, we're just gonna go off of the stacks. So first I have The Night Circus, which I am gonna finish by the end of the year. If you don't know what this is,
You literally live under a rock.
it's by Erin Morgenstern. It's about a circus, two rival magicians, fun times. I think I'm just saving it for more of like the fall time. Then we have The Wedding Date, which is the first one in the series. I've read the sixth one, which is the holiday one, and I really liked it. I know this doesn't have that many like stars, but one of my neighbors in my old place, she said it was really good, by Jasmine Gullery. Then my friend picked this out for me. It's by Piper CJ. I've never heard anyone talk about this. The Night and Its Moon. I have no idea what it's about, but it says Farley is just an orphanage. At least that's what the church would have the people believe. I don't know what it's about. I'll read it someday. Then I have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I think I thought I knew what this was about, and I actually have no idea what it's about. There's a book club, there's a guy, he's new, people are going missing, and then she's like, you might be a vampire, but I like you. But you might be a vampire. That's what I got from the back. Last night at the Telegraph Club, read the back of this and it seems really good. It is about a Chinese American, and it's back in like the 1950s, and she falls in love with someone, and it's their journey, them seeing each other in this time where it's obviously not okay to be gay, not okay to be queer. So I was like, absolutely put that in the card. This is the third book in this series. The first one is Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I had the second one, I left it in my friend's car back in Georgia, so I'm not getting that back. Something Dracula, I'll put it on the screen. But this one, Escaping from Houdini, you know, I've heard very mixed reviews about this, but I know that people are going missing on a boat. Her and this dude that she's in a mystery team with are investigating it, and Houdini is this new up-and-coming magician dude, and it's like only women that are going missing. So they're like, it's Houdini! So Escaping from Houdini. I am going to read this someday, today and tomorrow, pun intended. I'm not gonna read this soon, but I am gonna read it. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't think I know exactly what it's about. This is a poetry book. I'm just gonna talk about it real quick. Her, volume 3, that's all I know. It's a bunch of uplifting poems about women, which I was like, absolutely. And I bought it, but I haven't read anything on it. Guilty. Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. Same author of Sorcery of Thorns, which I have read. And I love Sorcery of Thorns. So I will read this soon. Maybe towards Halloween in October when the vibes are there. She is a nun who cleanses the bodies of the deceased so their souls can pass on. Otherwise, they will rise, as ravenous, hungry spirits. I didn't read that part. I have heard mixed reviews about this too, but the vibe, I think I'm gonna like it. Okay, he's too quiet. Lessons in chemistry. I have the pretty blue sprayed edges. I know this is about a woman. She is in chemistry, cooking show. There's going to be a movie coming out with Brie Larson starring. I don't know how to explain this book. A love story, Archer's voice. Don't even know if you can see that. I know this is about, okay, so I know the boy, I believe he's bullied and he's isolated, kind of considered a weirdo, but then I guess our main girl, she gives him a chance and it's them getting to know each other, friends to lovers. So I am intrigued. I hear that it's a sad book. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't done too much research into that. I kind of just got it because someone was like, read this book, and I was like, okay. I'm easily persuaded. Then I got The Sacrifice. This kind of reminded me of Percy Jackson and the Odyssey. A woman gets stuck on an island. The island starts coming to life and is like, got you, you're trapped here. And so I think, to my knowledge, they're going to film something, and I think they're trying to sacrifice her, or the main person. I think it's gonna be fun. I have no idea what this is about. An old friend of mine, she recommended I got it, so I got it, and I don't know what it's about. But I think it's leaning more towards nonfiction, which is not my thing. I have the other one in this. I'm doing a review on this soon, I swear. Magic Steeped in Poison and Venom Dark and Sweet. This is 1 and 2, a duology, and it's about a magic system that is based in tea. That's all I know. The covers are absolutely stunning. I haven't heard many people talk about this. I heard Carrie can read. She talked about it. She liked it. And I trust her. Oh, Babel. I'm gonna read this someday. The only thing that's discouraging me from reading this is because it's huge and I want to like soak it all in. Oh, the text is tiny. I did just order her book Yellowface, and I get that tomorrow, and I'm very excited to read that. There are people much more articulate than me that talk about it better. Okay, this is gonna knock like 3 birds in 1 stone. I have the entire Lunar Chronicles series, which I read 3 of these when I was younger, but it's been years. So I want to reread them for a video. That'll be coming someday. But I remember I loved it so much, and honestly, Marissa Mayer is one of my favorite authors. I mean, the way that she writes is absolutely like unmatchable. When I was reading it, it was like an Oscar-worthy performance in my mind. I love all of her books. Now, these are the only 3 I have of this series, The Throne of Glass. I read Throne of Glass. This is the prequel, and then the second one and the third one. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. All right, 1 stack done. All right, Addicted to You. I don't think I'm actually gonna read this because the storyline just makes me really sad. I mean, it's about this toxic relationship, and it seems from the very beginning, I read like a chapter of it. It was so depressing because these 2 people, it's like they want to like each other, but at the same time they're really bad for each other, and they have this idea for the other person in mind, like they want this other person to change to be this, but they both have addictions, and it just, no. Oh, I just got this. A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. Hello. I just read Divine Rivals, and it was so good. So I immediately got this. I saw Hannah, Clockwork Reader, she gave it 4 stars, and I typically trust things that she recommends. I don't really know what it's about. I'm just excited to dive into it. All right, then we have To Have and to Heist. I'm gonna be reading this so soon. It just seems like such a fun time. Oh yeah, her best friend has been accused of stealing a multi-million-dollar necklace, and she's desperate for a break, and Jack waltzes literally out of the bushes and into her life. But every good heist needs a crew, and she takes a ragtag group of strangers and turns them into an elite heist team to infiltrate a high society wedding and steal the necklace from a dangerous criminal before the happy couple says I do. So everyone's keeping secrets. It just seems like a chaotic, fun time. And so I'm really excited. Oh, Ravel. This is, I forgot I had this for a second. It's kind of like a Moulin Rouge inspired romance. Our Diamond, she's a part of, I believe, a family, or she's working with a family who is very high society, and every society on this magical island has powers within like a stone, like a gemstone. Each stone has its own power and belongs to a different family, and yeah, I hope I did that justice. Then we have Daughter of the Moon Goddess.
This I'm gonna be reading soon.
I have no idea what it's about. I honestly want to go into it blind. I know the second book is already out, and I think there's gonna be 3. I know a lot of people have talked about this. Honestly, my girl Stephanie Garber, she blurbed it saying a breathtaking debut novel, and anything that she blurbs, I literally buy. If I see her name is on it anywhere, I buy it.
I love her.
Okay, then we have the Starless C, which I also have no idea what this is about, but it's the same author who did The Night Circus. Again, this was a recommendation from Hannah. She said that don't worry about anything, just sit back, relax, and kind of just enjoy the story, because it's a fun time. So I don't know what it's about, but it seems like a good time. A Lady's Guide to Scandal. Taylor Jenkins Reid, she blurbed it saying an exciting and original voice, a must-buy author for me. Oh, she gets married and then he dies, and Eliza's now a widow. And for the first time, she's utterly in control of her own future. Now she's like flirting and she's having, you know, she's doing her single thing. But then because of the time, she doesn't want to like get in a scandal. And she's trying her best not to get in a scandal, but at the same time, she's also like, but what's the fun in that? So, the Carnival of Curiosities, I just got this, and it's a debut novel by Amy Gibbs. By the way, anything that has to do with a carnival, a circus, a haunted house, I immediately am like, sold! I'll take 10. I know it's about an elite society carnival that comes around, and each show is different, but behind the curtain there's some stuff going on, and it's actually like real. The mastermind, I think it has something to do with the devil, because Lucifer is involved. And like I said, Carnival of Curiosities, I didn't even think twice. I don't think I'm gonna read this. I read the first one. I tried to read this a few times on Kindle Unlimited, and I don't think I'm gonna read it. I just don't like those siblings. I think they're all jerks. The Davenports. It is about in the 1920s, I believe. This is like one of the only few like high class, wealthy black families, and they're all trying to find love, I believe. Oh, it says the Davenports offers a glimpse into a period of African American history often overlooked, while delivering a totally escapist, swoon-worthy read. This cover is also very beautiful. I've been wanting to read it for a while, and I need to read this. Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Oh wait, it's the same author who did Mexican Gothic. I've never read it, but I know it was pretty popular. It says, welcome to Mexico City, an oasis in a sea of vampires. A lonely garbage collecting street kid is just trying to survive heavily policed streets when a jaded vampire on the run swoops into his life. Smart, beautiful, dangerous. He is trying to escape, but he's like, let me come with you. The trail of corpses stretch behind them. Local cops and crime bosses start closing in. Humans, cops, and criminals collide in the dark streets of Mexico City. Do Alt and Domingo stand a chance of making it out alive, or will the city devour them all? Wow, a lot of people have said good things about this. And the cover is absolutely beautiful. This cover's stunning, and it has vampires. I don't think I need to say anything about this one. This is just one of the books that is not nonfiction. I saw it on my Pinterest. It's like kind of reading something to reinforce what you already know. I feel like the original Shatter Me is somewhere within this pile. But I have the whole Shatter Me series. I think I have all the novellas, everything. I'm finding a right time to read this because I feel like the older I get, the more I don't want to read it, but I'm also not even old. So I just don't know when I'm gonna read that. But I have them all, so I should. I have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I know this about Shakespeare, death, that's it. I believe they study Shakespeare, and I think they do something. I think this is all one series, so we're just gonna get this out of the way. These are not in order, but I have the whole Shadow Hunter series, and if they're not here, they're somewhere within this stack that I just didn't sort. I read the first one, Mortal Instruments, I think it was, whatever the first one is. I read that one, I liked it, but then, you know, it was kind of weird, the sibling thing, and the more that people talk about it, the more I'm like, yeah, why did we do that? Like, why was that where this went? Like, it could have gone anywhere, but like, why did it go this way? We're almost done. Okay, I got a bunch of Christmas books last year, and this was one of them, The Holiday Trap. So a lesbian in a small town, and then also at the same time, Bruman is the other person in this, and is crushed when he learns that his boyfriend has a secret life, including a husband and daughter. For one perfect month, Greta and Truman have a chance to experience a whole new world and maybe fall in love with the partner of their dreams. But all holidays must come to an end, and eventually these two transplants will have to decide whether the love and found family they each discovered so far from home is worth fighting for. I also heard someone say this is really boring. I don't know. I think I'll just read it during the holidays. I heard that this is very disturbing, and I'm not in the mind space right now to read this. I don't think I'm gonna even talk about what this is about. This author also wrote A Convenience Store Woman. Actually, I have it around here somewhere, but I just don't know where it is. The Barnes & Noble's worker was like, I watched a TikTok on that, and they said it was really disturbing, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just get it. And so I got it, and the cover is adorable, but I know that this stuffed animal has to do with like trauma, and that's all I'm gonna say. Then my friend recommended me this, and I guess Neil Gaiman is a very popular author. The Graveyard Book, it's about a boy. He grew up in basically a graveyard, and all of his friends are ghosts, and someone is threatening that life and threatening his life. And so he must like protect people. The man Jack, who has already killed Bod's family, a gateway to the abandoned city of ghouls. It seems like a fun time. I think I'll read this when it comes to like Halloween. Another friend of mine also said that this was a good book, or that Neil Gaiman's a good author. Okay, here it is. Convenience Store Woman, same author. Who did that? That's my friend's actually. I took that. So sorry, Jillian, I stole your book. You can get it when you see me. This is the next book I'm reading, so stay tuned because this is gonna be the next book review that I do. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I don't have Book Talk or TikTok, so I know that this Lauren Roberts is a popular book talker. It's kind of like the Hunger Games. Our main girl, she literally has no powers, and she's an ordinary person, and she's thrown into a competition where every single person has powers. She is posing as an elite, but when she's thrown into this competition, it's like, oh, she literally has to survive. There's a sub-romance. I've heard good things. I think I saw Sarah, she reviewed it, and then I saw that it had really high ratings, and so I thought it was new, but actually this came out in January. That's gonna be my next review, so you should like and subscribe. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Again, this is a carnival. Well, no, yes. This reminds me of something that I read when I was young. Two boys will discover the secret of the carnival's smoke, mazes, and mirrors. Soon know all too well the heavy cost of wishes and the stuff of nightmares. Ray Bradbury, I hear amazing things about. Like, I Pretty sure this dude is like one of the goats. Kind of like Stephen King. I think they're pals. I don't know. I had the first one in this series, which was the Atlas 6, and I lent it to my friend who's in Georgia. I'm just not getting it back. So someday I'll get the first one of this. One of my other friends described that book, the Atlas 6, as a bunch of wizards trying to get into Hogwarts. That's like the premise. They're trying to join like this elite group. Yeah. I read Renegades. This is Arch Enemies, and there's another one in the series that I have over here. Oh, of course it's at the bottom. I'm not gonna do that. It is about heroes and villains. The villains are trying to reclaim their title. They're trying to get on top. Nova, our main girl, she kind of infiltrated the Renegades, who are like the saviors, the heroes, if you will, kind of like the Avengers. But at the same time, they're also doing very questionable stuff. And so our two main characters, Nova, aka Nightmare, aka, the word's on the tip of my tongue, Insomnia, aka Insomnia, and also Adrian, aka Sketch, but also aka, oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy. What's his name? Centile. And he's also undercover. Nova's working with the villains. Centile, he is trying to help people, but they think that he's the bad guy, and so they have no idea who each other are. There's kind of like a little bit of a romance going on between them. Stuff's going down, people, there are secrets. There is something going on in this book. It really makes you think of like the difference between good and evil, because it's such a subjective topic. So yeah, it's really good, so well written. It's a very fun time. If you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend it if you're into that stuff. I kind of have sort of read a little bit of this, but I think I'm also not gonna finish that. I like the first one, but I think I didn't like the characters as much, or I just got bored of it. Almond! Apparently Suga really liked this. Who's Yogi Suga of BTS. Yoonjae was born with a brain condition called alexithymia. Makes it hard for him to feel emotions like fear or anger. He does not have friends, but his devoted mother and grandmother provide him with a safe and contented life. Everything changes when a shocking act of random violence shatters his world, leaving him alone and on his own. Struggling to cope with loss, Yoonjae retreats to silent isolation until troubled teenager Gon arrives at school. The two form a surprising bond, and when Gon suddenly finds his life at risk, Yoonjae will have to step outside of his comfort zone he has created to perhaps become the hero of his own story. I feel like it's gonna be a really good, solid read. And it's short. Suga liked it, so it's kind of like I gotta read it. Logan, obviously, gay romance. She doesn't realize she's gay, but then she meets someone. She's like, oh, I sort of starting to feel something for you, but I'm very confused. And so it's a coming out story, coming of age, YA type of romance. The cover reminds me of Episode. I used to love Episode. I ate that up. Cemetery Boys. Someone on TikTok when I had it said that this was really good. They try and raise a spirit, but they raise the wrong spirit. And so they're trying to put it back. That's what I know. There's someone inside your house. I'm not gonna talk about that because I'm alone. I think the title is self-explanatory. Second book in Addicted to You. This is a Friends to Lovers. I hear honestly that the series just gets better after Addicted to You. So this will, maybe I'll read it. I don't even have the first one of this series. The first one is called Gilded. I think I'll put the cover. I thought this was like a Snow White retelling, but like with the evil queen, and this is not. I don't know what this is about, but the cover is so cool. Marissa Mayer doesn't do me wrong. I'll get the first one eventually. Ready Player One. My friend recommended this to me. I'm gonna read this someday. I haven't seen the movie, but I did want to see the movie. The plot seems interesting, and obviously the book is always better than the movie. Pandora! I saw this, and I thought the cover was really pretty. I'm not gonna try and explain what it's about, but I know it has something to do with Greek mythology, an antique box, unleashing something, yeah. The Looking Glass Wars, it's kind of like as if Alice in Wonderland was actually real, and the real Alice in Wonderland came to Earth through a portal, told the author of Alice in Wonderland her story, and then he made it the Alice in Wonderland that we all know. And she's like, but that's not what happened, and this is my life. And so it's fantasy just declared war on reality. So yeah, Dance of Thieves and Battle of Thieves. Thou Thieves. I'll read it someday. Oh wait, here it is. There's more of the Shadow series. I don't think I need to explain myself with this one. This is Shadow and Bone. I got it because like every single person has read this and talked about it, and so I have no idea what happens in this. I haven't seen the show. I've seen absolutely no spoilers, which I think I want to do a video for it. If you'd like to see a video, comment down below. This is a non-fiction book. One YouTuber that I watch, and she talked about this book, and it's The New Science of Adult Attachment and How It Can Help You Find and Keep Love. I just don't want love. It's just not in my, like, I'm just not interested. This is Supernova. It's the other book I was telling you about in the other series. We're so close, and I'm so ready to be done. I don't think I need to talk about this either. I read the first one. I've heard so many mixed things about this series. I feel like so many books are based on this series and like just Sarah J. Maas. So it's kind of like I should read it, maybe. I don't know, let me know. Actually, comment down below. Would you recommend me finish the rest of the series? Last book! Yay! Hellbent. It's the second book in the 9th House series. They're going to hell to get someone from the first book. And that's all I know. I love the first one. And it's Leo Bardugo. It's the same person who did the Shadow and Bone series. That is all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see anything in particular, let me know. I'll do it. So yeah, that is all for today's video. I hope to see you next time. Stay tuned for my next video and my future videos coming soon with my library, my moving series, and also just solo reading vlogs. That's typically what I tend to do. It's what I think I thrive in. So yeah, I will see you next time.